Many people say home is where the heart moves. But my grandmother taught me that home is what you make it.
I'm just trying to figure out why they won't let me meet my parents. I mean, I'm just so tired of being treated like a baby. Man, I can't wait until I graduate.
The time has come.
Time for what, baby?
Nellie's been asking about her mother.
No, she's not ready for that. I don't want that baby hurt.
Have you heard from my mom?
Liz!
Oh my work. And our family, we are small but mighty.
Now, do you think you could speak to Mr. Kearney for me? And does Nellie even know that I'm trying to see her?
I have to choose my time wisely to talk about you, son. But keep the faith.
Well, thank you for your help anyway, Miss Liz.
Oh, I haven't done anything yet. I don't want to lose a good friend.
You cannot stop me from seeing Nellie.
Well, I got 9 hot ones and a whole lot of land that says that I can. He ought to be scared.
And you ought to be shamed.
Man, I'm not trying to hear this in my home. How you hush up with this foolishness?
Hello? Hello, Everett? Suffering is a part of life. But God gives us scripture to get through.
You will never get to my Nellie.
Welcome to Just One Touch. I am your host, Carruth Wren. I am so excited. Today we have a very special guest, and her name, Kathy Carruth. And I am so excited to have her here. How are you doing, Miss Carruth? Welcome.
I am doing well. Happy 313 Day. You know, we at one time we were 313, so I guess I can say happy 313 Day.
How would you introduce yourself to your students on the first day of school?
What's really important is actually to build community. So I feel like in order, the students, they've seen me. If they've been here in the building, they've seen me before, and some speak, some may not, but I am relatable. I'm relatable. There's usually a PowerPoint introduction. There's a video that I've made, and I've also let them see that I've started a couple of businesses. So it goes beyond teaching. It goes beyond teaching, and I think they respect that, and that piques their curiosity.
What drew you into pursuing English?
I had the best English teachers ever in both grade school and at Pontiac High School. They talked well. They could spin a phrase. They were smart, and they wrote well. They wrote extremely well. And when I had to figure it out, I was just like, well, if push comes to shove, I think I'll be an English teacher for sure. Because my original major was television, radio, film production.
How many years have you been in the profession?
Ran, I want to say that it has been almost 19 years. And I'm only 25. It took me 13, 14 years just to be a Phoenix and to be in the Pontiac School District. I taught at Pontiac Academy for Excellence for 10 or 11 years prior. And I would try my best to get back to Pontiac High or Pontiac Northern at that time. But the goal was always to give back and was to always to give back to Pontiac students. So whether I was at Pontiac Academy across the what Walton, Baldwin, whatever, across the city, or at Pontiac Northern or / Pontiac High, the goal was to always give back and to teach Pontiac kids. I loved Pontiac growing up, and I definitely loved Pontiac Northern. So I always wanted to be back in this building. And I am. And in the classroom. Look at this. You remember Miss Battle and Miss King? And I have 2 classrooms. Like I'm D21 and D22. I know they were up in here somewhere. I had a conversation with someone this morning at the gas station. And they were like, come on, little Battle. Like, come on. I was like, those are some big shoes to fill, but you know, look, she looked like she could be my auntie or something.
Someone comes to you today, a young person comes to you and asks you about the field of education, of interest in becoming a part of the educational perspective, what word of encouragement would you give them?
Be receptive. Be receptive. Listen. Just because they're older, please don't ignore what they're saying. You know, your differences, you may have differences of opinion, differences of approach, but just be willing to listen. You know, I'm blessed because my family, they led in the adults in my family. They were great examples of how to live. They were great examples. Grandparents, parents, they were hardworking. And I think that's why I have this work ethic and that's why I have this drive. Role models. And I was blessed because they allowed me to be myself. Of course, I had to bump my head a few times, but they were always there and they never said, I told you so. They would say, well, what did you learn? The school is a vital part of the community. When you close schools, you shut off segments of the community in which they need. It is one of those things where we need each other. The schools need the community, and of course, community needs the schools. We have to work together to build a better population.
From the beginning of your career to the present time, what have you learned throughout this time of your career?
During my tenure of teaching, I've learned patience. It never fails. It seems as if every 3 to 4 years, the students are different. And it requires a degree of patience. I've learned patience. I've learned to definitely not assume anything.
If a young person comes to you and asks you about the field of education and becoming a part of the educational perspective, what word of encouragement would you give them?
Foremost, I would tell them you're not going to do it for the money because you're not going to get paid, right? You don't go into teaching for making an insurmountable amount of money. You go into teaching because you love teaching and you love children. You have a love for it. I would tell them to find a program that works for them. Every teaching program is not for everyone. It may not fit. It may not fit. So you're going to have to do your research. You're going to have to do your research to find a program that actually works for you. And I would also tell them that that textbook, you're going to hear the word pedagogy until you turn blue in the face. In 20 years, I probably have used it 5 times. That textbook is not going to teach you everything you need to know. You need to get into the trenches. And if you can handle the trenches, you're ready absolutely for the war.
Miss Carruth, Miss Carruth, Miss Carruth. What an awesome interview. Thank you so much for sharing the information that you shared. I know the children that you have encountered, you have totally impacted them. And I myself have appreciated having you here. But everyone, I am so excited. We have brought you this information about various careers. And teaching is a very important career, because one thing that a teacher does, they impact, they develop, and they produce what our world has today, people with productivity. So listen, we have an opportunity for you if you wish to sow into this endeavor that God has placed before us with Just One Touch, this program. It is deeply appreciative. If you see on the screen below, you do see the various methods of donations, which provides the opportunity for you to support. It is so exciting to do this. It's a privilege. It is an honor to provide you with information that will help you become the person that God has ordained you to be. I am your host, Coretta Wren. Thank you so much for joining me. The support information will be provided to you following the closing. If you have questions, please contact us via email. That too is on the screen. Love you. See you next week. God bless.
Many people say home is where the heart moves. But my grandmother taught me that home is what you make it.
I'm just trying to figure out why they won't let me meet my parents. I mean, I'm just so tired of being treated like a baby. Man, I can't wait until I graduate.
The time has come.
Time for what, baby?
Nellie's been asking about her mother.
No, she's not ready for that. I don't want that baby hurt.
Have you heard from my mom?
Liz!
Oh my Lord. And our family, we are small but mighty.
Now, do you think you could speak to Mr. Kearney for me? And does Nellie even know that I'm trying to see her?
I have to choose my time wisely to talk about you, son. But keep the faith.
Thank you for your help anyway, Miss Liz.
Oh, I haven't done anything yet. I don't want to lose a good friend.
You cannot stop me from seeing Nellie.
Well, I got 9 hot ones and a whole lot of land that says that I can. He ought to be scared.
And you ought to be shamed.
But I'm not trying to hear this in my home. How you hush up with this foolishness?
Hello?
Hello, Evan? Suffering is a part of life. But God gives us scripture to get through.
You will never get to my Lily.